The curse of the Blackwood Keep. In the shadowy mists of an Irish coast, Blackwood Keep stood tall, a grim relic built by Lady Margaret O'Halloran in 1636 as a gift for her husband, Sir Reynard O'Halloran, returning victorious from war. But as Reynard's ship crept into the harbour, he mistook the new towering fortress as an enemy fort. Paranoid and battle-weary, he ordered a volley of cannon fire upon it. Though only one cannonball struck, damaging the battlements, it left a scar both on the keep and the mind of Reynard. Margaret, ever the thrifty and shrewd woman, had constructed Blackwood Keep using stones scavenged from nearby abandoned ruins and monasteries. Their original purposes lost to time. Local whispers claimed some of those stones were cursed, remnants of dark places best left forgotten. Yet Margaret cared little for such talk. The keep was finished at the cost of a mere 4 pence. An impressive feat that impressed her husband upon his arrival, despite the accidental attack. But Reynard was never quite the same after. He became consumed by strange visions, sleepless nights filled with whispers from the very walls of the keep. His temper grew, as did his obsession with a shadow figure that he claimed roamed the battlements at night. Margaret dismissed these ravings as the fevered nightmare of a man too long at war. Years passed, and as Reynard's madness deepened, the townsfolk began to fear Blackwood Keep. Stories circulated of strange cries echoing from the stone halls, of ghostly lights seen flickering in the high windows. The workers Margaret hired to maintain the estate refused to stay after dark, and several vanished without trace. In 1660, on a stormy night, Reynard disappeared. Some say he walked into the sea, driven by the voices that tormented him. Others whispered the keep itself had claimed him. When Margaret died nearly 30 years later, she was found in her bed with a look of sheer terror frozen on her face. By the time the Plunketts took over the keep, the legends had grown darker. Captain Eli Plunkett, a parliamentarian officer, was said to have had no patience for ghost stories, but even he couldn't deny the chill in the air or the sensation of being watched. The keep's haunting became undeniable when Eli's son was found dead one night, his body twisted and broken as if he had fallen from the battlements, though there were no signs of an accident. The keep changed hands many times throughout the centuries. Families came and went, each telling their own version of the curse. Some said it was the spirit of Sir Reynard, others claimed it was the older evil, something bound to the stones Margaret had foolishly repurposed. By the time the Fitzgerald family acquired Blackwood Keep in the early 21st century, it was little more than a crumbling relic. Yet the curse persisted. In 2007, Sean Fitzgerald and his partner Niall Condon began restorations. Just 3 months into the project, Sean died unexpectedly. Found alone in the Great Hall, his face contorted in a grimace of fear, his hands clutching at his chest. Niall pressed on, determined to restore the keep, but those who worked on the site spoke of disembodied whispers and doors that slammed shut on their own. When the castle was finally completed, Niall converted it into 3 luxury apartments, but tenants never stayed long. The last group left in the dead of night, abandoning their belongings after hearing the soft, eerie murmurs of a man's voice repeating a single phrase. "I have returned." Blackwood Keep remains vacant today, a cold, hollow reminder that some places are better left to the past, and that perhaps not all who die truly leave.